Hi, everybody. It's Gene Simmons, and you're not, and you're listening to the Potter Than Hell podcast with Steve, BC, BB, and Dylan. But you knew that, didn't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is your last stop on the crazy train of hard rock and heavy metal. So sit back, buckle in, and hang on. Here we go.
Hello, Potter Than Hellions. Welcome back to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is Steve, your host, and with me this week is
BC
and
BB,
and our keyboard player is
Dylan.
Hey guys, welcome back, and we are back at our COVID digs once again here, and enjoying the. Actually, it's not too bad out today. It's a little shitty, like rainy, but it's like not Africa hot.
A little cooler.
Yeah, a little cool down a little bit, which was cool. So, just want to say hello, BC. How are you, buddy? How's things? All right. I know you had a rough week too.
storms coming in.
Yeah. How about you, BB?
Yeah, just still operation. Get ready to move out Casey. She's leaving the 21st, so couple more days we'll be piling. I keep saying we're just gonna get rid of U-Haul.
Load it up and go. You might.
I don't understand why I could have moved two boys into college for 6 years and. Now the girl goes and it's like, oh, I need this and this and this and this and this. And I'm like, where in God's name is she going to put it all? But,
it's only 2 hours away.
I'm just the driver. I'm just going to be the driver.
Well, here's the question. Would you rather have her bring everything she could possibly need now or get a million calls being like, oh, Dad, I need you to get me this or order me this and send me that,
That's,
That's why we keep Dylan around.
That's true.
It's all about perspective. Glass half
I don't know.
full.
I'm going to say I guess it would depend on my mood.
Yeah.
You may want to take a 2-hour ride.
I was going to say, I'll see how I handle this one.
Well,
the boys are easy. Like, go, get out of here. Let's go.
Here's
The baby girl. I don't want her going anywhere.
Yeah, but you can rent a U-Haul, and you could just have Randy or one of the boys follow you down, and you can just leave the U-Haul down there.
You could
You
do
just
the
return it
Always Sunny
where you're
they
dropping the stuff off.
they get the wicker chairs in the back of the U-Haul.
Yeah.
They set them up for the road trip and burn them and then pass out.
We used to party in the road in the U-Haul trucks at Penn State for the Penn State games. I was.
Oh my God.
We went to. They played Notre Dame the one year. I went down. I hate both teams, but I went anyways.
You
just
drunk
to party.
the Penn State Kool-Aid.
And we never made it in the stadium.
I didn't make it out of the U-Haul.
Well, we were in the area. But Dylan, how are you? How are you, buddy?
Oh, just limping to the weekend.
It's only Wednesday.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It feels that this summer has been something else. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to the weekend. Everybody's working for the weekend.
Yeah, this summer's been a shit show for sure. So that's what we got going there. Let's see what else we got going. Last week, BB and I had a little album duo or 2x2 going there last week. Mr. Big, what'd you think, BB?
Yeah, that's always a fun episode to do. Just you and I talking about Mr. Big. What if, and actual size. Two different guitar players and two totally different albums. I don't want to give too much away in case people listening didn't get a chance to check it out. But yeah, always a good time talking about Mr. Big. Were you ready?
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. It was good, and it was cool too because it was like the last Constant album. Then it was the if you want to call it the reunion album because it was an actual reunion. BC, all original members, actual reunion.
Come on back.
I know we don't get that a lot anymore.
It's great.
But it was an actual reunion, and that album's killer. What if? Just absolutely killer. Actual Size is no slouch, but.
They're a little different, yeah.
I gotta give it to BC. Pfft. Shit. Dylan, you're a big fan of What If.
Yeah, What If is my favorite Mr. Big album. It is fantastic. It feels like Paul Gilbert coming back. They wanted to really make a statement of, here we are, Mr. Big. We're back and ready to kick your ass. And I think they succeeded in that.
For sure.
I think Mr. Big knocked it out of the park with their if you want to call it a comeback album. Don't call it a comeback, BC.
He's been here for years.
What do you think? What If? You like that one, don't you?
That's good. The other one I'm not.
Not familiar with.
Yeah. Sonny probably likes Actual
size.
Because
He's like Suffocation, the best song.
Because Richie Cotsnell's on there. And actually, between our episode last week and this one, and actually we're closer on release date to recording because we got jazzed up 2 weeks ago. But Aerosmith is done.
That's gotta suck, being some of the people that had those tickets.
I mean, yeah, you got to look at it too. I mean, they were doing the residency in Vegas, and people, it's not like we're just buying a ticket to go down to Allentown or Philadelphia for a concert.
That's a
people
trip.
like
That's a trip.
I mean, I would still go to Vegas. Like, you can always find something.
Yeah,
to do
it's
in
not
Vegas.
like it's like, oh, what am I going to do now?
It's not like they're doing a residency. Like, no offense to people from Iowa, but like they weren't doing a residency like in
Davenport,
Iowa. Yeah.
Go visit Captain Kirk's
Well,
birthplace or whatever.
they could go relive where Kiss released the soundboard one, because the one from '77 is from Davenport, Iowa, I think.
There you go.
Or isn't it? Oh no, that was Des Moines. Des Moines. Well,
Still same
same thing.
You're in the
Iowa,
area.
I've been in Des
10
Moines,
miles?
not much to do there.
Because if Aerosmith was coming, you'd at least have Aerosmith to look forward to, but nothing then. So no offense to anybody that lives in Iowa or the great cities of Davenport or Des Moines, or as the one guy says in there, Des Moines. Des Moines. And actually, Monday night, BB and I, we went to see Slash on the Serpent Tour. I think that's what it was called. And it was... Snake. Sorry, I was waiting for that. Thank you. So we had these tickets for a while. So I think it was in Bethlehem at the Music Fest down there. And there were 4 bands that played. The first one was Grace Bowers and the Hodgepodge. 17-year-old girl.
Not Grace Potter and the Nocturnals, BC.
No. The young lady, she was 17, absolutely tore it up. We were like, wow, she was really, really good. And then Robert Randolph and his band played. He plays that sitar, that slide sitar. And he was one that was always on my bucket list. I always kind of wanted to see him because I like his music, and I like, it's cool to see him play that sitar. I thought they were really, really good. And then ZZ Ward was the third band, and it was female, probably in her late 30s, early 40s, maybe. I don't know. I hope I didn't insult her by, overestimating her age, but and I didn't think she started out great, BB. I thought it was a little weak, but then it got better towards the end.
Right.
And then Slash came out, and he just played his ass off. And he had there was no Guns N' Roses songs. There were no Slash featuring Miles Kennedy, the Conspirator songs. It was all the blues stuff that he did on his latest album. And I'll tell you what, and his band was just absolutely fucking killer. Just killer. And he had another guitar player that played with them also, and he did quite a bit of soloing too, I thought he was really good. But Slash just tore it up. And it was crazy too, because like he only played Les Paul for like 1 or 2 songs, and the rest he played like the hollow body Gibsons. He played his Explorer. He played that one, I don't know if it was a steel guitar or whatever, like
12-string kind of
guitar. Absolutely, we had a fantastic time. What'd you think, BB?
Yeah, I was really, really surprised how well the band sounded. And even going back the couple songs that they did off the album, doing it live versus the album, I really hope they put out a short 8-song, 10-song live album.
I want the whole show.
Fuck, it was amazing, because that's musicianship for sure.
Yeah.
And the guy who played the organ, Teddy something.
Teddy Big Bag
Man,
Zigzag.
yeah, Zigzag Big Bag. Man, he's got some pipes on him. He sang some.
Yeah,
he sang great. I think the other guitar players
sang like 2 songs. Yeah,
sang really good. The Fleetwood Mac's the green guy. What's his first name?
Oh, Peter Green.
Peter Green. Yeah, they did a song. I just
Killing
like I said,
Friggin'
super surprising how good actually all the bands were.
Yeah,
Wonder if we'll be talking about another Peter Green
We may.
Fleetwood Mac song tonight.
We may. Absolutely. Yeah, and the newest Slash album is Orgy of the Damned, it's called. It's all blues covers. I think there's one original one on there, and it's an instrumental. It's called Metal.
And he did that
Oh
one.
Well is the Fleetwood Mac song.
Oh, okay.
Killing Floor. Killing Floor is Howlin' Wolf.
Yeah. But, I mean, just fantastic. And that album's called Orgy of the Damned. And I was going to say that too, BB. I hope that they do come out with a live album because it was absolutely killer. And I think, like, we were kind of a little far back, but, like, you know, enjoyed the hell out of it. But there were we saw a lot of Guns N' Roses shirts, and I think there were some people that were like,
what the fuck is this?
what the hell? What is this stuff that they're playing? Because there were people that were leaving a little
very early
too.
Yeah,
and because I think maybe once they got like 4 or 5 songs, then they realized we're not going to hear any Guns N' Roses tonight.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we didn't. And
Exactly.
right.
Just
you keep it true.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna do blues, do the blues. Don't fucking play around.
It wasn't Slash doing Guns. Labeled as
no,
Right.
him doing Guns N' Roses or anything.
Yeah, like Steve said, it was the Serpents Blues Festival. I think
Right.
it's
Yeah, it's a
actually.
blues festival number one.
Hello.
yeah,
Hello.
not too many bluesy Guns N' Roses songs.
Shotgun Blues.
Shotgun
Yeah.
blues.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how they do it, but I know they do it good. Okay, so what else? I have a correction from last week. Last week when I was talking about the Talking Into Infinity podcast, I said Brian Hendrickson's name. I said Brian Hutchinson, and I apologize, Brian. And his partner on the podcast is John Drake. It's a Dream Theater podcast. It's really good. Check it out. They do a lot of live episodes. I think most of their episodes are live, and then it comes out on the streaming kind of stuff. But I just wanted to make that correction. Sorry, Brian. And all right. Other than that, what have we been listening to? Dylan, how are you? What have you been listening to? You've had a lot of time this week out of pocket.
I've had a lot of time, but not a lot of time to listen to music because I've been kind of house sitting and doing some other things. But one of my most anticipated releases came out since I last recorded. It is Ghost's original motion picture soundtrack for Right Here, Right Now. They recorded live in Los Angeles in 2023. Finally, we get to hear live tracks from Impera and
Meloria.
Meloria. No, Meloria was... We've had Meloria before. Because, like, Square Hammer and all that. Impera and Prequel. Getting to hear those tracks finally live was really, really cool. Hearing, Kaisarian and Spillways and, Rats. Like, it's really good. And I really like the background vocals in it. They have the female vocalists that kind of add a different vibe than the studio versions of the songs. Of course, you get Tobias being weird with the talking. But I feel like that's
just always so odd.
That's important to include because it's part of the experience. If
For good or bad.
If you don't have somebody to fuck you, you go fuck yourself. Like, I don't know. It's kind of funny.
It just has to be weird.
It's a great live album. We may or may not be experiencing that live album for a future birthday episode, so everybody prepare yourselves. But I very much enjoy it. It's definitely going to be an end of the year live album for me because those are my favorite Ghost songs. And hearing them live was very cool.
All right. BC, how are you? What do you got going?
Got the new Category 7. I was actually stopped in the local record place and walked around, and Rob's like, "Hey, did you pick up?" I'm like, "Thank you," because I'm walking around because I can't remember shit. So I'm walking around looking for a visual to help me.
Something to jog your memory.
As soon as he said it, I'm like, "Thank you." I threw that in. I don't know if you heard much of it, but
I've heard about 3/4 of it.
yeah, not bad.
I like it.
I like it. John Bush.
There you go.
There you go.
And then I found my old iPod.
Your old iPod, yeah.
The first one ever known to man.
Oh my gosh.
Real thick, and so I have to put it in the thing so that way
To charge it and play it.
So I leave that going, shuffle play, and then I it's this, bam, 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 and then once I say what it is, I'm not sure, so I go, doot. I got
Yeah, just tons of shit that's not on streaming.
And there's tons of stuff on there that you can't get on streaming, so it's
Nice.
I like that.
And if you even go to buy the CD, they're...
So I just put that in shuffle play a lot of times. Keep up on my musical knowledge.
All right. BB, how about you?
Yeah, besides checking out the Slash album, of course, after we saw them, and then the other bands that were there, I just kind of checked them out real quick. So I kind of got in like a, not like a bluesy mood. I kind of got in like a southern rock mood. So I went back into 2023 with Jesse James Dupree's solo album Breathing Fire. I think that may have been on my albums of the year, around there, towards the bottom. If you're a Jackal fan, this is a must listen to. Absolutely great guitar playing on this. And then I also, since I was in the real southern mood, I had to go back to the good old Pride and Glory self-titled album. Those three guys are just killer making music. I would love for them to do another album.
I, on the other hand, would not.
Come on!
All right, and for
He's
me...
He's getting old.
I am.
His hearing's going. He's listening to
I
blues.
get a little cranky, too.
He's liking acoustic stuff, so, he's getting away from that heavy stuff,
I know. I must be mellowing out my old age, I guess. But I've always liked the bluesy stuff, though. And speaking of blues, Dylan and I are going to see Joe Bonamassa in a couple weeks, too.
Cool.
We'll
Very
report
excited.
back on that one. It's going to be fucking awesome. See if we can get a ticket. Yeah, so for me, listen to the Deep Purple album. I'm really digging that. I think there's the guitar playing is fantastic on there. Simon McBride, I think, is the new guitar player's name. Replaced Steve Morse. And the new Beasto Blanco album called Kinetica, really good. I enjoy it. I think it's freaking fantastic. I was listening to Classic Rewind the other night out on the porch, and it's weird. It's like, you ever just like have something either on shuffle play or like you have XM on or just the regular radio, then you hear a song from a band, then you got to listen to something like a whole album from them. So I want to say like Too Much Time on My Hands from Styx came on Classic Rewind. I'm like, you know what? I want to listen to this. So I went back and I went through my catalog and I listened to Styx Return to Paradise album, and it was recorded live in Chicago, like kind of like a home base kind of show for those guys, and a really good show. It was with the original band of who was still alive at the time. It was still Dennis DeYoung and JY and Tommy Shaw. Todd Suckerman was on drums because John Panazzo had passed away by then, but Chuck Panazzo was still in the band. So really good, like old school Styx show that was really cool. And I'm still on my Kiss and Dynamite kick, BC. I've just been rocking the fuck out to those guys. Absolutely loving those guys. And actually, I have 2 of the albums coming on vinyl. I gotta stop that shit. But anyway, that's what we got going. Some Kiss and Dynamite, some Styx, Beasto Blanco, and Deep Purple for me. Dylan's got the new Ghost right here, right now, live. Little Slash Orgy of the Damned. Jesse James Dupree, Breathing Fire and Pride and Glory for BB, and little Category 7, and little old school iPod shuffle for BC. With a lot of, I would love to. I had the Zune, and I had so much shit on that, and it just went fucking.
Died.
The screen just went like blue.
I remember that. And you
lost. Oh my god!
I lost 12,000 songs.
I did like the hours and hours I spent like loading shit on that fucking thing. Oh my god!
Got the good bomb people I can do. Not good, but I mean the ones that aren't streaming now.
Do you have 924 on there?
I had to look. I was just thinking that in my head.
I had that CD somewhere.
Hair of the Dog. That's not streaming.
Nope. It was. All 3 of them were streaming. Now they're not. The only one streaming now is the greatest hits one, the Dog Bones or what?
The latest ones.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah. That's good. But like, I liked it when all 3 albums were on there. That was a good band for those 3 albums. Just get on there.
Ryan Spencer Cook,
Ryan
get on
Spencer
that.
Cook.
Get the other stuff on the streaming.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
We want all 3 Hair of the Dog albums on there. So please, hook some brothers up. All right. So here we are. We're together back, like I said, back in our COVID digs, and we are going to do. Since for some reason, and actually in the last 2 years it wasn't planned. I just kind of forgot to schedule my birthday episode, which is in January. Although I do consider myself to have a summer birthday because it sucks ass having a birthday in the winter. Because actually I used to be able once in a while have my birthday on Super Bowl Sunday. But they've added like 2 more weeks of games from when it used to be on that. And so I can't even have a Super Bowl birthday now. So I'm going to have a summer birthday.
There you go.
And actually, the last Super Bowl was that we had that friggin' blizzard.
And I drove home from Connecticut. With a wing and a prayer. That's when I had my little Pontiac Sunfire going down the highway, and I'm just in the ruts, and the snow's just rubbing the bottom of the car. I'm like, we're fucked. We're gonna die.
Yeah. So, and actually, we were at the Slash concert on the date of my summer birthday, which is August 5th. BB forgot. He's the only one that usually remembers to wish me happy summer birthday. But
I think I did it today, right?
Today.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. Then I'm like, we were at the Slash thing, and
that's all right. That's okay.
But it's funny to always bring it up.
That's all right. I like doing the birthday episodes, so I'm going to kind of go reverse how we kind of go. I'm going to do the live album first on this one. So the live, in quotations, album that I'm doing this year is not actually a live album. It's a release that came out with the 30th anniversary of the Defenders of the Faith from Judas Priest. And it was released, came out on the 30th anniversary, March 15th it came out, and it's from Long Beach Arena, and it was recorded on May 5th, 1984. So Defenders of the Faith tour, and so we start out with Love Bites, which I think is it's not a typical concert opening song, but it's so goddamn good. It's so different, and it's so heavy. They open up like a faint hum, and then you get the brrr, like how many? I think there's maybe 2 songs in the Priest catalog that start with bass. So Ian Hill gets the very first note of the concert, that bong, and then it goes right into Halford's vocals. When you feel safe, when you feel warm. Like I said, a weird opener. Every time I listen to this, I get like a really cool feeling, and the guitars are so crunchy. The solo section is really cool, and the dual guitar, that and then you get that bong like in the middle there during that part. Just a freaking killer song. Like I said, an odd opener, but just like very, very cool and different for them to open up with that. Then they go to another song from Defenders of the Faith, which is kind of how they did it when they did the Screaming for Vengeance tour. Like they open up with Hell Electric Eye, then they would go right into Riding on the Wind. So you get Jawbreaker second here, and this song just kicks ass. I love the rawness of the guitars and the feel of this show. And I even like Dave Holland's drumming on this album too. I think it's really good. And at the time, no one knew what the hell this song was about. But now we know what it's about, and you're like, okay, you know what? But I still love it. And as Priest goes, this album kind of reminds me of a little bit of Kiss Alive 2, where everything is just like sped up some. And but it still sounds great. Grinders next, introed by Halford, crispy, crunchy version. The Guys Are on Fire, really great version of that. Metal Gods. So you get 2 from Defenders, you get 2 from British Steel right off the bat. Always a crowd pleaser, this song. You can hear the bass is like really out front on this recording. I like how it ends; it just stops, and it's just a fun metal song. Still sticking with British Steel, Breaking the Law, which is kind of weird hearing Breaking the Law, because that usually comes like comes in the song contains the word the law. I like when he says that.
Bring it up.
And it is cool to hear. It's a good version. It's good to hear it in the early part of the set. And then they go to Sinner from Sin After Sin. I love this. I love this song live. It's the song that showcases KK Downing. He does all that friggin' crazy whammy bar shit in the middle, and I love when it kicks up, he goes like, "God of the devil, God of the devil," and the drum fills from Dave Holland when KK does that whammy bar part. Listen to it. There's some really cool, like crazy drum fills during that part that Dave Holland does. It's really cool. There's some Glenn does the second shredding solo part at the end. Desert Plains, one of my all-time favorite Priest songs. I don't mind when Halford talks to the crowd on this one, because he doesn't take too long and he gets to the point. One track from Point of Entry, of course, but sped up. This song is kind of like just like on a little freight train more than you usually get. I think the drums are fantastic on this album. Halford does some great screaming in there, kicks up a lot. The guitars going back and forth, some really cool elements of the song. And there's the quads going up. No, they're the dirt bikes going up the street. Killer, absolutely killer version of Sinner. I actually like this version of Sinner better than the one on Unleashing the East. I think it's a lot better. It's a lot more in your face. Go back to Defenders of the Faith for some heads are going to roll, and now we're going to get a block of Defenders of the Faith, and so we get some heads are going to roll. Always a cool song, not a total rocker, more like upper mid tempo, just a fun one. Songs played a lot on Ozzy's Boneyard, like they probably played it like friggin' like at least every day. And then we go to one of my next favorite Priest songs, The Sentinel. Just a killer version. When he does that, when he says the sworn to avenge, he goes, God damn to hell. It is so loud, like it makes your ears fucking vibrate. Absolutely. And that middle riff, that amidst the upturned burned out cars, the challengers await, that riff underneath that is like one of the greatest riffs in all of metal, and it's just that one small part in this song, absolutely fucking killer. And then like when you get that down part, now facing one another as a standoff each the time, those the guitars in that part just friggin' sound fantastic, and absolutely love that song. Rock Hard Ride Free comes next. This one is kind of one that I'm not really crazy about. This one, Rob Halford tells the crowd that it's being recorded for the ABC Rock Network and it's going out live. And I think this song itself would have fit better on Turbo than it fits on Defenders of the Faith. I don't hate it, but it's not a favorite one. I would have scratched this one out and I would have thrown another song in there if I could, like Exciter or Heading Out to the Highway. I think would have been a better pick in the set list rather than this. But I get it; they're promoting the album, so you're forgiven, Priest. Night Comes Down next. Another one that doesn't translate very good live. I don't think it's okay, but like it kills the fucking momentum of the show. But then they bring it back when they do Hellion Electric Eye. Just two killer versions of those songs, just absolutely fantastic. Like the solo just kills in this one, and it's and that part that kind of breakdown, the electric eye in the sky. That is just friggin' killer on here. Then they bring it down again. I'm like, dudes, like, they do Heavy Duty after that. And then Defenders of the Faith. I always skip these two. They're heavy, but, like, they're not songs that I go to. Sorry, Ray. I know my partner on I Remember Now loves those two songs, but I'm okay on them. But then they bring it back with Free Will Burning. Remember the video for that? It was the kid playing pole position. Remember that? Remember the video? Like, it shows them, like, on the stage and stuff, but then it shows the kid playing pole position, like, wiping out and stuff. Look up that video game. That was a long time ago. Actually, 1984. and he does, and this is a fast song to begin with, but it's sped up even more. And when you get that, look before you leap has never been the way to keep a lotus free. It's like freaking like sung like almost like the fucking Chipmunks, but it's freaking fantastic. Victim of Changes, another must play for Priest. I mean, you're not going to go see a Priest song, and they're not going to not do this song. But that Glenn Beck, it kind of reminds me of the Ace solo that Tommy even does. You know what I mean? I just, but like the parts are cool though. The crowd gets into it when they do the changes, when they do that part. Really good version, though. BC's favorite song, that other Peter Green song, Dylan.
Yeah.
Green Man Unleashed, you get two-prong crown. Halford talks to the crowd at the beginning a little bit there. This one is a little more up-tempo, too. And I see that BC arrow in there for you, buddy. Always a BC favorite. This was always a good one for me, though. It's a little happy of a song for Judas Priest, I think. I think it's a little happy-crappy for them, but they pull it off well. You know, and I don't think I've heard the original version of the song.
It's always on the live one.
Yeah. So maybe Dylan will put a little clip of it right here.
When the day goes to sleep and the full moon looks, and the night is so black that the darkness cooks.
Then they get into Living After Midnight. Good rockin' version of the song. Gets the crowd going. Hellbent for Leather, they come out. You can hear Rob comes out on the Harley. Just scorching version of it, though. Like, it's just friggin' blazing. The band jams it out for about a minute and a half at the end. He does the intros. And then you get another thing coming, which is, I think, like a 9-minute version.
Whoa.
Yeah. Another Harpo song, though, BC. Just a great show. I wanted to kind of do a different type of live album, not your average one. So one that's just available, on the 30th anniversary album release. So, what'd you think, BB?
First, I'm going to complain to Apple. You can't find this. If you go to Judas Priest and you go to Apple's Judas Priest, all right, here's the albums. Here's the live albums. Here's the compilations. Here's the videos. And this album's nowhere to be fucking found. It's not on their regular thing. It's almost like a hidden album.
Well,
I sent it to you.
It's in the deluxe edition of.
Is that where it's hidden?
It's
like if you go to
it's just
I want to listen to Priest live. This album is not under the live
it's not
thing.
its own album.
Because it's part of the.
It's a disc on the
right.
deluxe.
Bonus material on the deluxe.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the extra stuff on that.
Right.
So like
but this is what I mean.
The
like
CDs,
it's kind of like if you don't know about this deluxe thing.
Yeah. To BB's point though, you go to albums and you have to click into Defenders of the Faith bonus track version, and then you have to go down to other versions, Defenders of the Faith, and then it's the special 30th anniversary deluxe
right.
edition.
It's like in a back.
Okay.
It's like in a back door alley. It's not in like a live album.
It is a little difficult to find if you're just like going in the Judas Priest page.
Yeah,
if you're looking just for
that's because I remember when you said it, I'm like, I'm trying to find it before you sent that. What the it's like,
was it the original playlist when I sent it out?
No, I know, but I think this may have been you talked about this before, or we were like doing something out on the porch, and like, ooh, I want to do the 30th anniversary. I'm like, oh, why is it not in the live thing? Because I wanted to like.
Yeah, because it's not a separate. It's not a separate live album.
And even
separate.
if you type in Defenders of the Faith, like the bonus track version comes up, and you have to like click into albums to
actually find it.
Yeah, so it's a little hidden.
Just a little bit. All right, I'll get off my soapbox.
Okay.
This is a great album. 1984. These guys are in their prime. Opens up with Love Bites. Rob's vocals are crystal clear and crisp. Great chugging riff throughout the song. Great opener. Jawbreaker. Heavy, fast, guitar-driven song. I love towards the end when Rob just starts screaming Jawbreaker. His vocal tone is great at the chorus. I actually love it. Grinder. Mid-tempo rocker. This song just screams like, has that old Judas Priest feel to it. Metal Gods, great tune. Killer grinding solo. And more great Rob vocal deliverance. There's some like really cool growling vocals towards the end of the song, which are really, really good. One of their hits, Breaking the Law, they have to do that, have to throw that in there somewhere. But I like this one because it's a lot of a faster tempo than the original studio version. Sinner, the fucking sick banana solo right out of the gate, absolutely mind blowing. The outro solo is just as good. Some heads are gonna roll, classic tune. Rob screaming is classic once again. The Sentinel, love the opening solo to this song. Fast right out of the gate with this one, really, really good. The Hellion, classic Judas Priest, another classic tune, nice and fast, rocking, loving this album. Defenders of the Faith, this is my only gripe about this album. I think you were up a little bit. Maybe you said like maybe Night Comes Down. It was like a momentum killer. I get a momentum killer from Defenders of the Faith. It just seems like it's definitely like the slower one of the whole album. But when you're at song 13, I guess you need a slow it down a little break. You know what I mean? Free Will Burn. Now the pedals are right on the floor. We're on all cylinders. Another one of those songs is super fast right out of the gate. Great rocker. Guitars are fantastic. Victims of Change, another song like Steve says, they're going to do that one, but I absolutely love it. And then then you have like the home run. You have BC's favorite Green Militia, Living After Midnight, Hellbent for Leather. You got another thing coming. Absolutely great way to close a Judas Priest show for sure. And if you're there to see those songs, I thought just like that towards that half, those 5 songs toward the end are just so good. But yeah, like I said, this may have been the first time I listened to this one. I'm not sure because like I said, it was kind of hidden, and if I'm not going into the 30th anniversary, I'm not finding it. But absolutely fantastic pick.
All right, Dylan.
I will start with my complaints on all the... And to Spotify's credit, I type in Defenders. It's the first one that pops up. So Spotify knows where it's at. I'll start with my complaints on all these albums just to get those out of the way and then do the positives. First complaint on this. I think that you should never have The Hellion as a separate track, especially... They're not playing it live. It's literally the piped-in intro from the studio album.
I don't know why they've never done that live.
So why?
I don't know why.
Why do they not just have that be connected to the Electric Eye track? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. It feels like...
I get that.
Filler. And, it's just like... Because I'm not going to click in and listen to a crowd... over a piped-in version of a song,
Right, and you're right, especially in the middle of a set.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not even the intro of the album, It's almost towards the end of the album, in fact. Rob's vocal...
Unless it's an encore.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't think it is, though. I think... Oh, it actually...
It probably is.
I think Victim of Changes seems like it would be the ender of the main set. But I don't know. Anyways, I think Rob's vocals at times are struggling, and it's interesting because I think he struggles the most on the newer tracks, not the older tracks. Like in Some Heads Are Gonna Roll, he kind of struggles during the chorus there of like the man of the power. Like he's having a little trouble there. And of course, I don't like the whoa whoa whoa. Yeah, I always get sick of that.
Yeah, I get sick of that. Yeah.
But this is. I like that the way he sings the chorus of "You Got Another Thing Coming."
He doesn't rush it.
He doesn't rush it. It's slightly sped up, but it still goes closer to the studio album than he does nowadays, which I appreciate.
He kind of babbles through it now.
Yeah, but you're right. This is a breakneck live album. Desert Plains. It's like double time.
I love it.
But it's a good grouping of songs. I like how well represented the new album is at the time, of course, in 1984. And the guitars sound great. I think this is a good live album. And it's a very interesting order for them. I would definitely switch up where they put, Night Comes Down and Defenders of the Faith. I think that those two do kind of break up the tempo of the album a little bit. And they don't have that kind of epicness that Victim of Changes does for a slower tempoed song. But I think this is a very solid kind of snapshot of them at this time, which is very cool. And they've always done really great set lists, so it's no surprise that they have such good songs on here like that. But I think this was a good pick because it's a hidden gem of a live collection for sure.
All right, BC.
The Priest. I mean, there's only a handful of bands from back when I was, say, 12, 13, 14, when you're getting into everything, that are still in my top handful today. There's only a handful today left that I would consider even really going at. So, I mean, again, I this first came out, of course, the bonus material, we listened to it. Typical Priest live. I mean, you gotta love it. Like you said, there's a few songs that were... My song was Sped Up Desert Plains. Nothing beats the
sound check one with Ripper.
Ripper.
The bonus stuff.
They're all sitting there just jamming.
Live in London.
Phenomenal. But this is it's cool to hear a little, not the same over and over. It's picked up a lot more speed. Standouts for me are Grinder.
Looking for BC.
Center, you can't go around with that. Halford's vocals on that. Desert Plain, Green Amount of Leashy. Come on. That's classic. They don't touch base on Hellion, of course. Yeah, now you mentioned it, they never do that.
It's always piped
I
in.
know.
It's always piped in.
Because even when they played the US Festival, it was the studio thing, and they came out.
Yeah. Anyways,
get it.
I still love it. And
Can't be that hard to play.
Hellbent for Leather.
Harpo played it.
Yeah. It's not.
It's like a minute and a half.
Yeah, if that Hellbent for Leather, you can't go around Hellbent. Yeah. I just love this. But as far as overall, it's good selection, I thought.
And I think that Priest has done a great job between Screaming for Vengeance, Defenders of the Faith, and Turbo with their anniversary editions, the extra stuff they put on there, because you get the US Festival, the whole US Festival show on the Screaming for Vengeance one, and then you get what would be the whole show on the Turbo release that ended up being Priest Live, but you get those extra tracks that aren't on Priest Live. So I think they've done a really good job of that. Although there hasn't been an anniversary one of Ram It Down. So let's see. And actually, I kind of broke this album down. So they do 9 of the 10 songs from Defenders of the Faith. The only one they don't do is Eat Me Alive, which I would have rather that than
the title track. I would have.
Oh, the title track plus what was the other one I did?
You don't like Some Heads Are Gonna Roll.
Some Heads Are Gonna Roll. Yeah, 4 songs from British Steel, 1 from Sin After Sin, 1 from Point of Entry, 3 from Screaming for Vengeance, 1 from Sad Wings of Destiny, 2 from Hellbent for Leather, 0 from Rock'n'Rolla, 0 from Stained Class.
Now, did you see this tour?
No, I didn't see Priest until Painkiller.
Did you hear this broadcast?
No. I did hear they were on the King Biscuit Flower Hour in '82 from the Screaming for Vengeance one, and I think the show was from Memphis, Tennessee. But this one I didn't hear either. So, because I want to say Rock 107 probably carried the because they used to have Rock Line on too, and they but I missed this one. So all right, so now for my next album, for something completely fucking different.
No, for something completely different.
And this one's for my buddy Jay Sabluski, because he asked me where's these guys. So I picked the band called Royal Republic, and the album is called Cub Majesty, released on May 31st, 2019, and it's 34 minutes and 53 seconds. And I was introduced by this band from our buddies Steven and Sonny from the Grown Up Rock podcast. They were talking about this album. I want to say they did it for the Crank Me Up Music Spotlight, and I think at the time it was, because now it's just, you ever notice on their podcast, it's now it's the Crank Me Up Music Spotlight. It used to be the Crank Me Up New Music Spotlight, so they kind of, Steven kind of switched it out there, so I noticed that little bait and switch there. But they had this album on there, and it was interesting. I'm like, this is different. It's rocky. It's dancey. It's different. So I checked it out. And the first song is about BC. It was a single from the album. It's called Fireman and Dancer. Starts out with a little plinky guitar, then a scream. The band kicks in, really up tempo. It's got like this danceable pace that's freaking crazy. The vocals are layered. The harmonies are cool. I like how the guy sings. He kind of sings with like a Ray voice. How we doing? How we doing? But there's a stomping part right before. And guy from they called in for the angry guy Scott, I believe, called in and told us to grow a set because we like the saxophone solo. But the saxophone solo on this is really good too. Fun song.
Wait, somebody said that they were anti-sax solo?
Yeah, we said that we liked the sax solo on the one Jeff Tate, the Key album, and he said grow a set. I don't know.
I can't. Wow.
I swear to God.
Sax solos are like one of the best things to have because they always surprise you. You're never expecting a sax solo.
So and I rebutted. I must have at least half of a set because I went in and out of burning buildings for 30 fucking years, but apparently that takes him away when you like a sax solo. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I like it on this one too. Fun start to the album. Another song BC likes too here, Can't Fight the Disco, because you can't, BC. You just can't fight the fucking disco. This one's got a cool sound to it, a feel that... I don't even know how to describe this one. It's just so fucking catchy. Great group vocals for the chorus. The guitar sound is really cool in this one. There's a little short solo in there. I like how some of the verses are a little spoken word in there. Another fun one. Don't fight it, BC. Don't fight the fucking disco. All right. Boomerang, next track, which was a single as well. Upper pace tempo, great layered vocals. There's some horns on this one, so you can't have horns and saxophones, Dylan, I guess. The guitar tone of these guys really fits for what they're trying to do. Another cool one. Undercover. This has got a little funk feel, very Stevie Wonder-like, I thought. Very cool chorus and vocals, and like I was just first time I heard this album, I was like fucking dancing around the house. I was fucking just a fucking earworm. It was crazy. I was like, what the fuck is the matter with me? Like a Lover, this one comes down a little bit, a little sinister sound to the beginning of it. Different feel to it from what you're used to already on the album. Kind of a little sleaze feel to it. Cool change of pace. Not a favorite, but it's a little change of pace for what you've had for. And another favorite that BC likes, he loves blunt force trauma. He absolutely loves that. He's been known to inflict some as well, occasionally here and there. Cool synth start. Back to the up-tempo fun here. The vocal cadence is really cool in this song. Background vocals are great. There's like a synth that kind of weaves in and out of the song that I think is cool. Another great like horn section accents. I don't know if that's actual horns or if it's just like keyboards, but it fits it really good though. Fortune Favors starts with some deep vocals, and then they're layered. This one I love. It's mostly spoken word. Drop the bass, you fucking twat. He just says twat. fucking, I was pissing my pants when I heard that. Rapid pace. There's a short like rock and roll type solo in this one. Very fun song. Flower Child would like this one. BC Flower Power Madness. Back to the disco, little dance feel there. I like how they have that rapid guitar strumming is cool. And the one part, somebody called the doctor because this beat is fucking sick. Then a really cool bass part. Back and forth on the vocals. Crazy song. The production's awesome on this one. I think the production is fantastic on this album. Like everything is just in your face and clear. Stop Moving is really cool. Good build at the beginning. Cool keyboards there. Song just has a fun, crazy rocker. The vocals are great. I Can't Stop Moving. If You Can't Stop Moving, just very, very catchy. And this song it kind of makes you want to move. Anna Lee, which was another single from the album, electronic drum roll. This has got a cool groove to it, very 80s feel to it. I'm surprised this song is like the second last song on the album because it kind of feels like it should be up more towards the beginning. Bulldog is the final track. And fun song in the album with not as strong as the rest of the stuff. I think they could have cut this off at 10, and I would have been good with it. Fun ending, though. And I'm really interested to hear. I got a feeling I'm going to get a Massive Wagons type review from BB on this one. So we're going to start with you.
Wow. Going right to it.
Wow, going right at it.
Pulling the Band-Aid right off.
Yeah. It's all right. It's not what I actually go to music for, but
you know I got to throw something different.
Oh, you know it. And where did this album? Did you say Sonny and Steven?
They were talking about it on Grown Up Rock.
Boy, I thought was it good reviews or bad reviews?
I think they liked it.
I thought Sonny had actually tasted music. I thought it was pretty good, but I guess not. No. This Royal Republic, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it all. And I'm gonna be totally honest.
Success.
I kind of gave it a better review than I really wanted to, because I thought this was like one of those hidden band that Dylan kind of listens to. So it seems like, I'll do that one. I'll do that one for and then I'll be, this is ridiculous.
You think he would do something for me? What?
Oh yeah. See, now you put it that way. God damn it, no.
It's his birthday.
Yeah, it's all right. Fireman and Dancer. It's a fun, funky, somewhat rock tune, I guess. There's a cool sax solo in there that saves the song. Can't Fight the Disco, toe-tapping country disco tune. Boomerang. Some of the lyrics in Boomerang were for some reason they're ringing familiar in my head, and I couldn't figure out what they were from.
It's the Kiss song.
Yeah. Even that song's better than this one. Oh yeah. No. Undercover, another funky tune with sprinkles of country, and here I go. I don't get it. I don't understand it. The music is kind of crazy and all over the place. Like a Lover. Some of the screaming vocals perk my ears. It's almost like a seductive theatrical dance song, if that's what you want to call it. Blunt Force Trauma, big band and horn section tune with a faster vocal delivery than the rest of the songs. Fortune Favors, the vocals are distorted. I guess that's kind of cool. The lyrics are very toned down Steel Panther-ish. Flower Power Madness, funky dance groove song with some background clapping, which was weird. There's some groovy riffs in this one, though. Stop Moving, robotic vocal start. It turns into a really good band vocal chorus. But the only thing I don't like about this, I think they say stop moving about 100 times in the song. Anna Lee, almost exactly what you said, Steve. 80s pop radio feeling song. Little cool guitar riff in there. And Bulldog, the only thing that saves this song is the killer 8-second solo. So, sorry. I'm not buying the album, and I'm not going for the...
You realize this is going in our cabin playlist,
Royal
right?
Public shirt.
This and Massive Wagons are going... I think Royal Republic's going to be on the cruise, too. So
Let me tell you, I may take Massive Wagons over this.
Really? Well, we got a new album coming out this year, so maybe we'll...
Hey.
Maybe if I have an actual birthday episode, maybe I'll put that on one next year.
No, it's just...
BC, what do you got?
Alright.
He's torn. He doesn't even know what to say.
And that's what I have done here.
Love it.
Not sure how to feel about this album because, it's not what I go for music for. But for the album, if you just look at the album, it's funny and fun. I get it for it's funky. It has everything mixed together. So if you're in that kind of stuff, this is a great album. Where is it here? It reminds me. There's too many parts in it musically that reminds me of 80s bands,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Like
Devo,
Aha and Devo. And yeah.
and not saying that that's bad. That the music it has a lot of catchy parts that I find catchy. Then there are parts that just like, and then the disco parts. Again, I listened to it one time. I was like, ugh. Listen to it a second time, you'd be like, not too bad. Listen to the third time. I don't know. Lyrically, there's a lot of fun lyrics in it. I thought, that caught my LV center there.
Watch a couple of their live videos on YouTube. They're fun to watch.
I don't doubt that.
They play a lot of the big festivals, like the big metal festivals.
I believe it. But overall, I mean, it's a fun album. I can see where they're fun, and it's got to be your cup of tea.
Right.
It's not my cup of tea.
I liked it because it was so different.
It's very different. I'm not saying I hate it. It's just not totally my cup of tea. But if it was on, I'd be like, whatever.
If when we were on the cruise in June, if they played something from this at that big party in the middle thing, you would have been fucking losing your shit.
I'm jumping off the elevator.
That's because he's 35 beers in and 87 Jack and Cokes.
Could be. All right, Dylan, what do you got for us?
Okay, so I've always heard of Royal Republic, but I would always get them confused with like a million other bands because like Republic and Royal are words that are in a bunch of band names. So I never checked them out before.
They're not Royal Blood.
They are not Royal Blood.
Royal
They have a little bit of the funk and groove at times of Royal Blood. Mm-hmm. I will say that. Like I said, I'm going to start with the negatives and then go into the positives. I wish there was a little more body to the instrumentals. Sometimes it sounds a little empty to my liking. Like I wish there was maybe a rhythm guitar in the back, because like they kind of have the one guitar up front, and you can't really hear too much besides the
They have
drums.
two guitar players too.
Yeah, and that kind of shocked me when I found that out, because I couldn't really hear the second guitar player as well. In terms of negatives, that's really the only negative I had, because this album is goofy as fuck and I like it, is the first thing that I wrote. It's kind of like BC said, it has to be your jam, and this is kind of my jam. It very much reminds me of the early 2000s garage rock bands that I used to like listening to, like The Hives and Franz Ferdinand, and kind of like that vibe to it. And like there's also a little bit of Talking Heads thrown in with how the guitar sounds, and a little bit of Måneskin, and these are all kind of elements that I really enjoy and kind of put into a fun thing. And I'm actually I'm surprised that you like it as much as you do to make it a birthday episode, because it feels like it would have been a little too silly for you. But I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Like, this would be one that I would be like, oh, I think my dad's going to hate this one. I'm going to throw it out there. So I could see why BB thought that, oh, maybe this is one of the Dylan things. Flower Power Madness was a track that popped out for me. I love the Power Ranger shout out in there.
Reference, yeah.
Boomerang was really cool. I really like that one. It's a fun album. It's a good time. It's one of those that you can kind of put on in the background and just find yourself, bopping along and dancing to it, and just kind of elevating your mood. And that's really kind of what I needed these past couple of weeks.
You're welcome.
So it was very good to have this in there. And Can't Fight the Disco, the title reminds me of the Weezer song Can't Knock the Hustle. So you had that going for you as well, despite, I'm sure, what you were hoping for. But this was a very pleasant surprise for me. It wasn't at all what I was expecting when I saw the name of the band, but then when I saw the song titles and saw they were Swedish, I'm like, okay, I think there might be some goofiness going into this, and there was a lot of goofiness, and I was absolutely here for it. So you had at least one fan of this album, Dad, so...
All right, so there we go. So there's the first two albums of the birthday episode. I got a little Rare Republic, Club Majesty, and Judas Priest from Long Beach Arena. Everybody played Long Beach Arena back then. That's where they recorded Live After Death from there too, and Wasp Live in the Raw. So that's what we got for the first two. So Dylan's gonna play a gem song now. We'll take a little break, and I got to do it, BC. Going to do a little Kiss and Dynamite for the gem song, and this one's called I've Got the Fire. Not the Montrose cover that Iron Maiden does, but this is from their 2018 Ecstasy album. Dylan's going to play it now.
I got the fire. set the ways, take heart, my dear, leave it all behind. We're gonna fan the ember so the entire humankind sees us rising from the grave, returning with a bang. We're gonna tear this apart. I've got the fire, I've got the fire, and you may be my dynamite. I've got the fire, I've got the fire, and I can wait till you ignite. I'm gonna burn this place away, 'cause baby there'll be hell to pay. I've got the fire, I've got the fire, and you may be my dynamite.
All right, hope you guys enjoyed a little Kiss and Dynamite. I've got the fire from the 2018 Ecstasy album. And we're going to do a little hidden gems this week. And I'm going to go first this week because it's my birthday and I'm going first. And I'm pitching and batting first too, BB. If you don't like it, I'm taking my bat and ball home.
I guess you probably pitch and you're going to play shortstop too.
Yeah, when I get sick of pitching, maybe. I'll play first. I don't have to throw the ball as much. All right, so my hidden gem this week is going to be an album that's called The Sessions, and it's from Jolyn Turner. Came out in 2016. It's pretty much a cover album, but he does some cool stuff on there, and he's got some cool guests on there. He does Stone Cold, he does Lunatic Fringe, Let the Music Do the Talking, he does Mirror Mirror from Yngwie, Hellraiser, Steve Lukather's on that one, Dance the Night Away he does, Back in Black he does, All Shook Up he does, Baby I'm Gonna Leave You, All Day and All Night, The Seeker, Jungle Love, 2 Minutes to Midnight, Fat Bottom Girls, Riders on the Storm, to name a few, and cool album.
Which Jungle Love? Is it the Steve Miller Band, or is it the
Steve Miller Band?
More Stay in the Time.
Steve Miller Band. And actually, Steve Miller plays on it.
Oh, nice. What? That was the.
No, Steve Miller doesn't play on it. Steve Morris plays on it.
That was the theme song for Everybody Loves Raymond for like a second, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I got. A little Jolyn, little JLT there. Always cool to listen to him. BC's going to go next. What do you got, BC?
And going through my the old iPod, right?
iPod. Yep.
Whatever the fuck that thing is. Under the dirt. Like I said, stuff's playing. I'm trying to guess what it is. This came on. I'm like, again, Stonewalled. I'm like, fuck, I don't know what the fuck this is. But there's a band called Silent Rage from the album Don't Touch Me There. It's the song Rebel with the Cause, which was back in the late 80s. Very MTV rock. Catchy. Not bad. They came out maybe 2-3 albums.
I want to say Gene Simmons produced those guys.
I want to say so. I'm not 100% sure, but
He's got something to do with the Minnesotas and Jamie St. James or Tommy Thayer, maybe? Could be. I know there's I'm pretty sure there's a Kiss connection there. I've heard the name before, and I probably heard them, but I couldn't, if they came out right now, I wouldn't say, oh, that's Silent Rage. What do you got, Dylan, besides Silent Rage?
Okay, my hidden gem, I had used this artist as a hidden gem on one of my solo episodes, but they had not put out a full album until now. It's an artist called Scene Queen, and it is very interesting, and the album's called Hot Singles in Your Area, and it's a very interesting genre that she does, where it's called bimbo-core, where it's basically metalcore, but with kind of Kesha-style vocals, and it's very unique. It's cool, and it kicks ass. It's a really great album. You got songs like MILF, Pink Push-Up Bra, BDSM. So it's a very weird album.
Very unusual for Dylan to pick something like this.
But it's pretty good. Hot Singles in Your Area by Scene Queen.
I don't know what to say after that one. Okay. BB, what do you got?
Alrighty.
Would I like it?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's unique.
That's a probably
It's
not.
unique.
Okay.
All right. Now we definitely have to check it out.
Absolutely. We'll put it on the porch later.
Alrighty, just like before when you were talking about Gene Simmons, I figured this would be a great little gem song from Bryan Adams. He just released and redid Kiss's song Rock and Roll Hell. It was only released a couple days ago, and since Bryan Adams has a writing credit on this album, I think he said he was like 22 years old and a struggling songwriter. Him and Gene and Jim Valance wrote this song. So I guess he decided to redo it and kind of put his own little Bryan Adams twist on it. It's actually not bad. It's not like the deep, dark, gruffled vocals of Gene, but his band sounds good. There's an actual video for it, and I think he may do War Machine. He's going to release War Machine 2. So, I really am curious of how he arranges that one. But, yeah, definitely check out Rock and Roll Hell by Bryan Adams.
Did everybody hear that song?
I've heard the original.
Oh, you haven't heard the... Okay. Have you heard it? You like it, BC? I like it. And I've said all along it's better than the fucking Ace version. That's fucking ridiculous. No, but
we could recreate that song. It'd be better than the Ace version. Liquor Box, back together.
Get away.
Get away.
What do you got, BC? You already went, didn't you?
Yeah, but going back to my pick,
Silent Rage.
They were on Gene Simmons records, and songs were written by Bruce Kulick and Jolene Turner.
Gene Simmons records. Silent Rage.
I knew there was a Kiss connection there somewhere.
I silently rage whenever Paul is in the room.
All right, so that's what we got. I got a little JLT, little Jolene Turner, The Sessions, little Silent Rage, BC from the album Don't Touch Me There, Rebel with a Cause. BB's got a little Rock and Roll Hell from Bryan Adams, and Dylan's got a little Scene Queen, Hot Singles in Your Area. And it's called Bimbo Core.
Well, Hot Singles in Your Area is the album.
And
the genre is...
Bimbo Core. How many bands are in the Bimbo Core genre?
I think only Scene Queen at this point.
Okay.
I was going to say.
So, we'll have to
There's
see.
an artist named Poppy that has a similar vibe, but it's not quite that level of Bimbo.
Is Ed Bannon in that? Your kids call him Poppy, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe Ed's got a little side gig going on there.
Like that?
No, Scene Queen. Scene.
Oh.
Scene is
SCENE.
Yeah, that's kind of an offshoot of emo genre. They called it Scene. So you're learning something new every day.
I am.
Happy birthday.
How about that? Thanks. Appreciate it. The gift that keeps on giving, especially the MILF part. All right. Back to the albums. I wanted to do an album that we kind of we've talked about this band before, and this is a song that you turn on Hair Nation, you could hear this the second song on this album at any time. But I think and it's actually considered. I was listening to Asylum podcast a couple weeks ago, and they did debut albums, and this album was talked about. Whether I'm not sure if it was from the guys or if it was someone that called in, but the band Thunder, Backstreet Symphony is the album, and it came out in March 5th, 1990, 56 minutes and 28 songs, produced by Andy Taylor, BC, from Duran Duran.
Andy was a rocker.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this was a band, like, you've heard the song Dirty Love like a million times, but like it was cool to and I really hadn't delved in this album until probably 10 years ago. So it was out for a long time before I listened to the whole album. It was one that always kind of resonated with me. There was some really cool stuff on there. So let's go through it here. She's So Fine opens up the album. There's like a dirty sounding riff that starts, brings in the vocals with just a kick drum behind it. The vocals are very strong, and Danny Bowes is the vocalist, still the vocalist in the band today. BC and I got to see them twice on the first Monsters Rock cruise we went on. They were friggin' fantastic, and there's some great layered vocals in here. I'm not sure that I would have picked this as as a band's opening track. Like, this is our band, this is our first album, and this is our song. I think that they Dirty Love is the second song. I think they should have opened the album with that, because when you're a band first out, like, you want to be like Night Ranger, like Don't Tell Me You Love Me, you know, your first band song. Van Halen, Running with the Devil, you know what I mean? You want that first song to be what the band is going to be about, and I think they kind of missed it a little bit on this one. I like the song. I think it's really good. It gets rocking at the end. The tempo picks up, but it fades out. A good opening track, but not a great one. Next song is Dirty Love. We all know this one. I think this absolutely would have been a better opening track. Fantastic. It's got a certain swinging parts. It's got the na-nas in there. Just a fun song. And this was fantastic when they played it live. And there's a live album that they have out that's on their, I don't know, like 30-year collection or whatever, that there's a live album on there. And they play this. And this is a band that would, like, play stadiums and shit in Europe and in England and stuff. And, like, around here, I mean, I don't know, half the people probably couldn't even, if Dirty Love came out, they wouldn't know who the hell, they'd probably know the song, but wouldn't know who the hell it was. But that song on that live album is just absolutely killer. And third song, Don't Wait For Me, bluesy start, a little organ thrown in there. We get a little softer song. This one's just okay for me. It picks up intensity about halfway through. Musically, it kind of reminds me of a little older Whitesnake, I think, with the Bernie Marsden era kind of stuff. And it's growing on me, though. It's good lead work and some drums on this one. Another fade out again. Come on, guys. 3 fade out songs in a row. Higher Ground, great rocking song. Some great dirty guitar sound in there. Cool leads up to the bass. There's a really cool bass groove in this one. The guitar during the verse is really good. Pre-chorus and the chorus are great in this one. Amazing background vocals. Solo's really good. There's a slowdown after the solo that comes just before the pre-chorus comes back in. I really like this one. Great leads at the end. No fade out. Yes. Until My Dying Day. Acoustic guitar start with some slide guitar in there. Slower song. Sounds good. It takes like 2 minutes for the electric guitars to kick in. Crunchy sounding. The drums are good on this one. Once it gets going, the riff is really good on this one. Then it goes back down for a minute. Some bluesy stuff in there. One of BB's kind of roller coaster songs goes up and down on this one. This one's okay for me, but there's a killer ripping solo towards the end that is freaking fantastic. Backstreet Symphony. This is a really good one. The choppy guitars. This one has kind of a hand jive feel to it. Great head bobber song. Soul's fantastic in there. Song kicks ass. Fades out too. Love Walked In. Back to the ballads. They're a little too many ballads on this album for me, but this one's good though. The vocals are fantastic. This one kind of reminds me of Damn Good from David Lee Roth. It's on Skyscraper. So it kind of has that feel to it. And like, this is how you do a power ballad. I don't know how this song wasn't like a big song. I think that if they put this out and they played that, they would have got a lot more traction, especially for when people were, and this is 1990, so like this was the heyday of the power ballad. You had Whitesnake 87 and all that stuff was out, and all those sub bands were still popular. So I don't know if they maybe just missed it. I don't know. Next track, Englishman and Holiday, which is kind of an odd one for me. Little good ride cymbal for BC in this one. The starting riff has kind of a stomp to it. Weird title for a song. He's Gonna Drink Till They Take Him Away, though, BC. A little jaunty piano in there for Dylan. Great scratchy solo, some cool leads at the end. This has a kind of a pub chanting song to it. You get this band playing like in a little corner of a smoky pub, maybe an island or something. Everybody kind of chant, get the soccer hooligans in there singing along to this one, BB. And Give Me Some Lovin', cover from the Spencer Davis Group, always a cool song. Everyone knows this one. Blues Brothers, come on. And Distant Thunder. This is a
Rawhide.
Yeah. Rawhide. Give him up. Give him up.
Rawhide.
Yeah. choppy guitar and vocals at the start. Great pace when it kicks in. The drum fills are great in this. I love the pace of the verses. Little organ in the background there. The solo rocks. Just another one of those fun songs. There's extra soloing in the middle with a little time change. The switches to like double bass drumming after the solo. He gets really up there on some of these screams. I'm like, I wish he did a little more of that. Those high vocals in different parts of the album. The band really ramps it up at the end, but like it fucking fades out too. Like if they could have just ended this one on a hard stop, it would have been great. Just a fun album that not a lot of people have checked out, but it's a really good debut album. What'd you think, Don?
I enjoyed it very much. I think that I fully agree with you. There are too many fade outs. That was my biggest takeaway from the album was, there's so many like cool solo parts that are playing right now, and I would love to hear the final part of those solos.
I mean, it lends itself to playing live where you can extend it, but have an ending to the song.
Yeah, I just there's just times where I just want to hear a band finish a song, and
right.
I don't get to. So that's probably my biggest complaint. But I think that the guitar work on it is really fantastic. And, I had only heard Dirty Love before, this, and also the cover of the song that the Blues Brothers do. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really solid late 90s rock album. You could tell that, this was right at the turn of when things were starting to change in terms of the music scene. It's one of those albums that, like, you could feel that. But I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think that they pull it off really well. And I think that this is the second Thunder album that I've listened to after that All the Right Reasons or All the Right Moves or that last one out, Turn Out the Lights one that's on there. But I think that this was a very solid pick, and I'm interested to hear more of Thunder after this, for sure. So, good job.
BC.
Thunder. I've always been a fan of these guys since 1990. Danny Bowles has the distinct vocals that catch my ear, and he still has the pipes today.
Still sounds just like that.
Still sounds like it. And the band, I think they even better than they were back then. I mean, this band had put out I think they had 4 or 5 live albums.
Yeah, they got a bunch of stuff out there.
Fucking killer. But Backstreet Symphony has a good rhythm. I like the lead solo parts after the chorus. I'm a fan of that, no matter who we are. Then there's the absolute killer solo in the song, the out solo. Just these guys grab me. Dirty Love, such a distinctive riff, catchy anthem and chorus that any guy can relate to. I mean, the slower tunes, I think. Yes, it was 1990, but by the time people they got bigger in America. That wave, it
was over.
It was over. But musically, I mean, this band still got it. I've delved back into a lot more of their material, but if you like this, you're gonna like any of their other stuff. The only thing one thing I don't like about this album, I would probably the cover of "Give Me Some Lovin'." I'm just not a fan of the song. I think it's because everybody and their brother has done it.
You love it.
I don't.
BB.
I don't. Yeah, ever since the song Dirty Love came out, like more of like the internet streaming 80s hair metal back in the day, this was one of the bands I downloaded off of Napster. Never heard of these guys.
Part of the problem.
Like like the 90s, like
you heard somebody listen to it on Napster. You did.
Yeah, I did. It was no. It's just one of those bands that I just don't think ever got like the popularity like everybody else did in the 90s. But I always loved that song, and I'm like, so I always, I wish I still had. There's probably a file out there of Thunder singing "Happy Birthday" to stinking BC, and Napster had it.
I don't want your
birthday.
I don't want your stinking
cake. And who knows where probably a lot of that stuff is, because it's like everything else, like you were talking about, like your thing is just.
I have all my Napster shit on CDs.
It's in the court documents for our evidence of your.
Now you're gonna have Lars and Columbia House and BMG after you, BB.
Oh, boy.
Jesus Christ!
I only owe them a penny.
Unless Dylan edits it out, but we're under the gun here, so
that's
probably
true.
not. This is gonna
Alright,
stay in.
yeah. Oh, all right. Ooh,
Not a penny though.
that's probably a lot of interest, but
I gotta get rid of the CDs now.
oof, damn. But yeah, these
The
guys
BB
are
version.
always like really good earworm band for me. They always cross those T's and dot my I's. I absolutely love this album. The only thing, it's kind of been said a little bit here, but like towards the end of the album, it's a little lazy. But opens up with "She's So Fine." I think this is a great opening track. Vocals are great. The solo and the outro solo are fucking top notch. I love the energy of this opening track. "Dirty Love," the big song. Love the hook, super catchy. Chorus is also super catchy, grinding guitar work. Absolutely love it. "Don't Wait for Me," jazzy slow intro, great big band sound to this one. Loud kick in towards the middle of the song. Killer whining heavy guitar solo. "Higher Ground," some more big band harmonies, which I love about these guys. The outro music is so good. "Until My Dying Day." I love the softer sound and the softer vocals of this one. It reminds of Anthony Corder from Tora Tora. What a mind-blowing kick-in. You get so used to a song, and then there's that awesome kick-in that really catches your ear. Great sound. Big loud drums on this one towards the end. "Backstreet Symphony." Another song. Once again, the guitar work on this album is amazing. The song has somewhat of a different feel than the rest of the album, kinda, for me. Love Walks In. This, even though Steve didn't like this one, this is my favorite song in the album.
I liked it.
Did you? I must have been, or maybe it was The Englishman, the next one. I love this one. Big hooks, love the harmonies, loud ending, everything I want in a Thunder song. Number 9, The Englishman on Holiday. Love the gang vocals. There's some really cool parts of the jaunty piano in there. 9, Girls Going Out of Her Head. Opening drum beat is great. Really fast foot stomper. The solo just takes right off. And this is where the album loses me. Too bad it was, you get the cover of Spencer Davis. Like, really, you're going to cover Spencer Davis? But, maybe those guys, were big fans back in the day. And the Distant Thunder song was all right, but it's not like a great closer. It didn't grab me like a closer should. So, the first 9 songs of this album is balls to the wall, fantastic.
All right. Okay, cool. So everybody went, right? So final album of the night, and I had planned on having talking about this one last all along, and I was just unsure how the other ones I was going to put out there. So the final album is we're going to stick with the Thunder theme here, BC, but we're going with Thundermother on this one. The album's called Black and Gold. Came out on August 19th, 2022. 43 minutes long. Produced by Soren Anderson. And the young ladies in the band at the time, Guernica Mancini on vocals, Philippa Nasile on guitars, which, Philippa, congratulations. She just had a baby this last week, I believe. And I think the baby's name is Pippi, I think. So, congratulations. Mona Lindgren on bass and Emily Johansson on drums. So these guys first came on my radar. These ladies first came on my radar. They played Kiss Cruise either 6 or 7. I don't know which one. And got to speak with a couple of them. The bass player was different. I want to say Guernica was the singer at the time. I'm not 100% positive, but Philippa was in the band. And they just rocked. They were just one of those bands that just jammed. I mean, the songs were good. They were heavy. They were great. And I know that I had talked to Philippa, the guitar player, a couple times during the cruise, and she's good friends with Doug Ulrich. He had taken her under her wing, so she's kind of like a protege of his. But their music is very Airborne, AC/DC type feel to it, and First song is Light in the Sky, fades into a Hey, and then into the vocals. The beginning's kind of convoluted, but then the chorus, when the chorus kicks in, you get some whoa, whoas in there. First track of this album, I was hooked. And great background vocals. Guernica's voice is just so powerful. There's some great leads, really melodic, killer opener. Finally, a song that is just like kicking your ass right off the beginning. Black and Gold. This one starts with the whoa-whoas as well. Scratchy guitar underneath. Black and Gold with the talk box. BC, you know I'm a sucker for the talk box. I'm all in on this album already. Second song, some great layered vocals throughout there. Pre-chorus is fantastic. Killer talk box sprinkled in there. Excellent Angus Young type rock and roll solo. Absolutely freaking love this song. Raise Your Hands is the next tune. Quick drum roll starts in with a swinging riff. It's got a stomping feel to it. They love the whoa-whoas in here, and I'm down with that shit. I'm on board here. Good building of the chorus. Killer fitting solo. Very catchy. Definitely got a really swing feel to it that is fantastic. Get a slowdown for the fourth track, Hot Mess. Really, but it's good. It gives the album a little bit of breathing room. Guernica's vocals are just so awesome on this one. Little bluesy feel, awesome chorus, the great background vocals. Just a really, really good song. Wasted picks back up the pace, straightforward rocker, excellent vocal cadence. The great partying song, rockin' solo in there, fun rocker. Watch Out. Another ripper of a song. They're back in the pace of thing here. Drums are great. There's like a back and forth on the vocals that are cool. The verses are really chaotic in there. Cool countdown for the solo. Flippa tears it up in here. And I like at the end there, BC, you got the watch out, motherfuckers. Love that part. I always wait for that to come out when it comes on. I don't know you. This has a huge, huge AC/DC feel to it. The guitar at the beginning is kind of like for those about to rock a little bit for me. Kicks in with the heavy bluesy feel. The solo's a little weak on this one. That was my only complaint on this song. But the build during the chorus is great. This chorus is great. Excellent song. Solo notwithstanding. Looks and no hooks. Some spoken word at the beginning. Back and forth type rip there. The pre-chorus and the chorus are great in this one. I love the solo's a little different sounding on this one. I love you got no looks. You got looks but no hooks. It's really cool. And it's good to hear these kind of rocking songs about touring and partying shit from like a female point of view. I think it makes it all that much better. You get a different perspective from what we're used to listening to dudes sing all the time. Loud and free, plinky guitar start, hard rocking kick in, fast paced track. Another like kind of that driving feel to it. Killer lead fills. Another friggin' fantastic one. Try With Love, some cool grindage on this one. This album just like is mostly balls out rocket on this album. Solo is friggin' killer on this one. Stratosphere, some cool slide leads that go kicking into gear. Not as fast paced as the last track, but a really good tempo to it. Killer chorus on this one. I love it when they all sing. You could tell different parts when it's just Guernica double, and you can tell when the whole band is singing. It sounds fantastic. Another one that kicks ass. Great harmonization at the end. Borrowed Time, slowed down for a final track. This is one of the final tracks that I like that is a slower one that I actually like. Guernica's vocals are really soft on this one. The perfect ending to a kick-ass album. But this song is kind of like maybe you can consider the whole album to be a concert, and then Borrowed Time is like a song about them getting off the stage and how it is just you're kind of coming down off of that high. And this is how you do a mellow track at the end of an album. There's harmonic leads all over it. Just a fantastic ending to a freaking killer album. What'd you think, BC?
Thundermother. These girls can definitely rock. This album has a bunch of killer and catchy riffs, rhythm section to match. I can see why Steve is a big fan of this album. A lot of woes and hays, even a little bit of talkbacks.
Love it.
Vocals, they have a little reminder of Lizzie Hale at times. Many of the tracks are fun, catchy choruses. Standouts for me are definitely Black and Gold. Has the talkbacks, the catchy chorus, let's go. Ripping solo. Wasted. Damn rocker, come on. Watch Out. Very upbeat tune to another killer solo. And I like the Watch Out, motherfucker at the very end, whispered. because I was
There's someone behind you talking.
Loud and Free, another good rocker with the big chorus, some short lead parts, short solo. Another one that stood out was Try With Love, rock and riff with the upbeat rhythm section, catchy chorus. The guitar and drum part before the solo was cool. Yet another killer solo. And here comes the negative. I guess I think they could have finished the album there because I don't know. Spear has too much of a commercial feel for me compared to the rest of the album. And then Borrowed Time is a little too mellow, again, compared to the rest of them. Not that they're totally bad, just here go.
I just like the theme of it, how it kind of seems like they rocked out and just now we're just kind of this is how it like is at the end of the night.
But overall, I like
Dylan.
Yeah, I think that it's very ironic, the first lyrics on this album. You know, what do you want? We stand united. We are one with you. We are here. We stand together. And then a couple months later, they go their separate ways.
They break up.
ladies, come on.
So, you know, that's a little ironic, but otherwise, I very much like this album. This is a band that I've heard talked about quite a bit, but never really checked out. But, yeah, I really like their AC/DC vibe, the rhythm guitar especially in some songs, very AC/DC like. Black and Gold even has the Thunderstruck kind of riff reference in there during the one solo, which was cool. But this is definitely a Steve Wright album with the woes and hates. I wrote that down.
It is. I'm a sucker for those.
I really liked Wasted. The energy coming from that song after a pretty decent ballad is just what you need in that instance. The solo in Try With Love was really great, and the drums at the end are really crazy, and it ends with the which I always love a good, you know, strong
gut punch in.
It's gonna bring you down. But this was a really solid album, and I'm interested to hear the two versions of the band now. The Gems, right, and Thundermother are the two versions.
Well, Thundermother, they haven't had an album out. I think they've had two singles out since they parted ways.
Yeah.
And the Gems album is really good, but it doesn't have... I like it. It came out this year. It's really, really good, but it doesn't have the punch of this.
Yeah. That makes sense, because the Gems is the singer and the...
It's the rest of the... It's the singer, the drummer, and the bass player who plays guitar now.
Okay, so the guitarist was the one that was...
Yes.
That
yeah.
was...
Yeah.
Okay. Very confusing. But, you know, I'm glad that they're all still making music, and hopefully in happier situations than they were in before the situation. But, yeah, I liked this album quite a bit. I did. I thought it was very funny that you had the two Thunders. And I was like, oh, you broke from the theme after the first two albums. I wish there was like you did, you know,
You couldn't think anybody else.
Yeah. You could have did like a Mother Love Bone, like almost like a chain reaction situation where it's like Thunder, Mother, Mother Love Bone, you know, Bone, and I don't know,
Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah, Bone, Thugs and Harmony. There you go.
Oh yeah.
We'd be like,
but good pick.
Or Skin and Bones. We get it in. What do you got, BB?
Yeah, ever since I don't know if it was like a gem or it was another birthday album you brought, the Heat Wave, or is it just...
that was a birthday album last year.
Love that album. You know, ever since then I'm always listening to these ladies. I love when you bring the female version of rock to the table here, because they're absolutely phenomenal. Light Up the Sky. I can see them open the actual show with this. There's a lot of call response in there, which would be so cool. Once again, I love the female vocals for a change. Black and Gold, fast-paced rocker. With a little talk box in there, like we kind of already talked about. A great tune. Raise Your Hands, a kick-ass rocker. Great guitar work in here. Drums are nice, loud and crisp. Hot Mess. Such an emotional and soulful song with the way she delivers her vocals in this one. It's very kind of like radio-friendly Aerosmith in a way for me. Wasted, fast-paced rocker. loud drums, killer riff, love it. 6, Watch Out, more band vocals, which are really, really good. Fast riffs and drum beat, which are great. Killer solo, cool galloping drum beat towards the end of the song, which really caught my ear. I Don't Know You almost sounds like it's recorded live at the beginning of the song. The chorus has some more background cheers, which, you know, I think my ears are kind of feeling like it's live. Song number 8, All Looks No Hook, a great rocker. I love the distorted solo in that one. 9, Loud and Free, fast chugging riffs, heavy gang vocals from the band. This was my very AC/DC feeling song for me. Song number 10, Try With Love, heavy catchy tune, fast vocal delivery, another killer heavy solo. 11, Stratosphere. Once again, these gang vocals are really, really good from these ladies. Song number 12, Borrow Time. I love the acoustic electric guitar start. Small little kick in after the second verse. Slows down towards the later part of the song. And I thought it was kind of a good closer for these ladies. But love this album. Really, really good.
All right. So that's the 4 summer birthday albums for me. I got a little Priest live from 1984, Long Beach Arena. Little Royal Republic, Majesty. Little Thunder, Backstreet Symphony, and a little Thundermother, Black and Gold. So we'll go around, we'll do our final words, we'll rank, and we'll get the hell out of here. Dylan.
Okay. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Both summer and regular. We missed both of those, but we finally got it out. That's what's important. We're celebrating it now. In terms of ranking, this was tough. I like all of these albums. I like them for different reasons. So I guess in terms of how I'm ranking them today, it's just kind of preference of, you know, how I'm feeling. So Priest number 1 because it's Judas Priest, and it's a great selection of songs. I think that, you know, these are cool versions of them that I had not heard before, so I was very appreciative of that. And I'm going to throw you a bone, Dad, and be the only person that will probably put Royal Republic at higher than dead last, having it at number 2, because it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and it was just what the doctor ordered with the last couple of weeks of stuff. For 3, today I'll go Thundermother, because I just think that it's it feels a little more substantial, I guess, than Thunder, and they also didn't fade out as much. The fade outs were really bugging the crap out of me. I just I want to hear the end of the song, and then Thunder last, but not because it's a bad album, but because, you know, I like the other albums a little better, and the fade outs really kind of dinged points for me. But you can listen to a lot of the songs that we talked about tonight on our Spotify playlist of the week that are going to be in the show notes. Be sure to check them out. A lot of great stuff on there, and happy birthday again.
Thank you. BB.
Yeah, ready. Happy half birthday. We'll do a little.
You do a little cheers.
Cheers for Wrighty's half, almost half birthday. Yeah, these are some.
Thank you.
These are some good albums. You know, maybe not one of them, but this was a great episode, and it's just one of those episodes that you pull something out and you listen to it, and you know, maybe you're gonna enjoy it, like Dylan enjoyed it. You know, maybe you're not gonna enjoy it, but it's always great to just bring something different to the table, and, you know, make us listen to it, and, you know, hopefully it's one of those albums that it kind of grabs you, but you know, it's just one of those that didn't grab me. But I think I'm gonna rank these number 1, Thunder. Love these guys. It just, you know, it always started with that Dirty Love song, and you know, back in the days, probably around 95, 6, around there. Downloading these guys, and then I'm gonna go Priest live. That's just a great album. It's just raw Priest. You know, a lot of the good earlier stuff, And then I'll go Thundermother third, a close third, because, that is a really, really great album. Those ladies can rock out for sure. And then, of course, Royal Republic is last. And just not one. It's a fun album, but, I'd rather go to Steel Panther for fun than Royal Republic fun.
Okay.
You pick.
That's fun and funny. It's fun and funny. See, this only has fun.
Like my Queensryche partner says to Marvin on there, you're an enemy of fun. Who also looks just like Michael McDonald from Dewey Brothers. BC, what do you got for me, buddy?
Alrighty. Happy both birthdays.
Thank you.
Rachel and Summer. Good albums, for all different reasons. I don't think it was a bad album, just different albums.
I like to mix it up.
I'm going to go with probably Thundermother for number one. I'm probably going to go Priest, number two, just because I love Judas Priest. And regular Thunder for number three, and Royal Republic coming in at the end just because, I don't know, did it.
It's not what you're used to.
You're not fun.
Because BC's an enemy of fun.
That's right. You're not
another
fun.
enemy.
You're not fucking fun, BC.
But, no, it was different. It has its place.
It has its place.
It has its place.
Last.
How did my top 10?
All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for coming, participating in this. Like I said, I always love the birthday episodes, and I've said it a million times that this is the only one that I insist that everyone's here for, because everyone deserves to have their birthday treated specially, and it's always fun doing these. And I think when we all have our kind of method to our madness of how we do these. BC usually has a theme, like Zach Stevens or Danny Vaughn or something like that. BB, he's absolutely always does
I'm just here to troll you.
Troll album for me. Dylan is always the guy that's, I wouldn't even say Dylan throws the curveball. Dylan throws the knuckleball. That's even harder to hit than a fucking curveball. Yeah. So Dylan's the knuckleball deal there, and I like to go pretty much hard rock vein, but then I always like to throw something different in there, like the Massive Wagons, and I throw this one in there. And I'm not gonna deny that there's not a little trolling of BB in there as well. I'm not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna confirm or deny it, BC. Ooh. But right, yeah. always fun. I like doing these ones, and it was fun doing these ones. So I'm gonna rank them two. I'm gonna go Thundermother number one, because there's not a song that I skip on the Thundermother album. And sorry, Ray, but on the Priest is number two. But like I don't like Heavy Duty on there. I don't like Defenders of the Faith on there. I don't like When the Night Comes Down. I think they just kill the momentum of the set. I get it. They're doing it's the tour or whatever, but there's much more dynamic rocking Priest songs they could have put in there.
This is gonna ruin the tour.
Yeah,
the world tour.
Yeah. So Priest number two. I'm gonna go Thunder. I wish I won't do it because that's wishy-washy to do a tie, but this is very close to a tie because I really like both of these other two albums, the Thunder one, and we've talked about that throughout the whole album. The fade outs just fucking kill me on that album, but the Royal Republic album is fun. It is just so fun. So I think I'm gonna go Royal Republic number three, Thunder number four. I think the fade outs are what kills me, and I think there's less. I mean, and you were right, BC. Royal Republic is something you definitely need to be in the mood for, but I think there's like one song that I didn't really care for on Royal Republic, where there's maybe two on Thundermother, but I think they're both absolutely fantastic, and so happy that we got to see Thunder live twice. Just absolutely fantastic, and just always fun doing these. Thank you guys for hanging out and doing this tonight, and we'll continue the podcast not being recorded on the porch when we're done here. Have a couple beers out there, put some tunes on, and so always fun. Thank you guys. Hope everybody out there is doing good. Hope you guys are having a better summer than we seem to be having here, other than doing the
To quote
podcast.
Taylor Swift, it's a cruel summer.
Okay, I'll vouch
Or
for that.
No, who did Cruel Summer in the 80s? Cruel
Bananarama.
Oh, maybe
I
Bananarama.
think that sounds right.
Bananarama.
Wow, BC.
Wow.
It is Bananarama.
Atta
BC.
boy.
Right.
BC, Mr. 80s.
Shuffle play, baby. Shuffle play.
Listen,
Dylan, keep that in your pocket for Jeopardy.
listen, you pull out the 80s and you didn't like Royal Republic? I don't understand this.
I didn't. It reminded me too much of
Jeopardy,
the
Dylan.
80s that I did like.
So he likes Bananarama, but he doesn't like...
Well, he didn't say he liked it. He just
liked
knew
it.
who sang.
I knew
I
it.
don't know.
But that shit was drilled into your head because you
Oh,
had to
dude.
watch all that shit to get to.
hours.
It was all
You
over
had
the
to watch
place.
6 hours of pop videos to get to one metal or hard rock video.
Clearly
And you're
wasn't
like-
drilled into your two's heads, because you didn't know
Well,
it
I knew it was a
Bananarama.
thing, but I didn't remember it was Bananarama.
Doing it.
Anyway, thanks guys out there. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for interacting with us and checking us out, sharing us with your friends and everything. And can't wait to see some of you guys on Monsters of Rock Cruise coming up next year. And always fun, always a blast. If you're a new listener, welcome. If you're an older listener, supporter, welcome back. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We will see you next time, and there definitely will be a next time.